Let's do this.
Make sure Perfect. Hello. Oh, Lex, you go ahead. I'm so used to
I'll
doing
try
it.
Hey, and welcome to the Story Told's actual play of The Last Caravan, If Tomorrow Never Comes. We continue to be proud members of the D20 Radio Network, as well as being partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. Also, we are affiliated with Fanroll Dice, so if you use the code StoryTold10, you will receive 10% off your next order. But let me throw it to our Atlas, Jarn.
Oh God, that's me. Hi.
What's your name
I
again?
am. Sometimes I forget. It's just the old age is kicking in. Just Jarn. You can find me on a lot of social platforms as Just Jarn. But yes, I am the Atlas. I am helping to narrate a story of survivors in a post-apocalyptic world after aliens have come in and wrecked the place. But as the Atlas, again, my job is just to provide the setting. The true story is burdened on the shoulders of these fine folk around me. And so to start off, I'm going to introduce them one by one, starting off at right above me, Logan.
Hello, everyone. I play Ezra Wren, our resident stargazer, who is quite upset right now, and we'll explore more of that as we delve into today's session.
Yeah, today's session is not going to be great. So, Lex.
Hey everyone, I'm Lex Basile Price. You can find me anywhere at Yet Charming. I play River, who is scared that this is starting to feel like a family.
Aw, I love that. All right. Next, I'm going to be introducing Serena.
Oh, hello. My name is Serena X Moon. You can find me on all socials at Serena X Moon. And I play the wrench, a mechanic, and she goes by the name of Bug. And yes, a lot is going on, and she is ready to book it and leave everything behind. But maybe we'll stick around to see if we survive this day.
Excellent. Next, I'm going to be introducing Doc.
Oh, that guy. I am Doc of Creative Disarray, the loudest half, hopefully not for long. I am playing Arthur. He likes to punch stuff, does it for a living before the world ended, but now he also is exploring deep-seated regret and a longing for better things. So we'll see if I am allowed to explore that or not, and how the story goes. I guess we'll find out soon.
Excellent. And we're also now going to be introducing Eleanor.
Hey, I'm Eleanor, aka Foibles and Fables. I am playing Caitlin, the bandage of the Caravan, who almost died twice last episode. So is definitely looking to step into a more proactive role going forward to try to keep the Caravan together.
Excellent. And last but not least, the one, the only, this man needs no introduction. This man is the introduction. And by all means, he's already muted. So the moment he's going to start talking, he was going to just talk and not realize he was muted. Nady Danger.
Oh no, I kept the mic on, or the mute on for a reason. Hi everybody, my name is Nady Danger. You can call me Nady. I am a professional dungeon master, TTRPG enthusiast, actual play player, and all-around fun guy based here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I play Clint McCarthy, photographer for the Associated Press, and the resident person who writes checks with his mouth that his ass cannot cash. I play.
Yeah, mine does.
And I play the talker, and we'll do it at great lengths. Maybe not so much this time, but we'll see how it goes. I guess you're gonna have to stick around and find out.
All right. So to get us back into the moment, for the most part, the night within the barn was one of both attempting to find rest and attempting to discern, or at least to break down everything that has been happening. Anxieties have been running high, feelings have been, well, not great. And for the most part, it has been a long, long night. Sleep did not come easy, and with that, you guys still feel weary and tired in the morning. But the morning eventually comes, and with it, the hope of something better. At least in this moment, you're not dead. And being not dead is better than anything else at this moment. You'll see that the sun begins to crest upon the eastern horizon, clouds choking most of its light and its brilliance. The snow still continues to fall. And as you look around, you are going to get the sense that the others are coming to as well. Sharply, all of you are going to hear the sound of one of the walkie-talkies break in. At this point, you're going to hear the sound of static. It goes off for a while, but no response, no conversation is had. Eventually, the walkie-talkie just dies. And at this point, you all begin to, again, come to trying to make sense of what happened the night before, trying to put things into perspective now. What do you guys do?
Atlas, there was a couple of things that we left off on last week that we need to resolve before we can move on into the morning. Namely, there was a not to be the neighborhood snitch here, but Ezra and Arthur were about to have a very intense conversation.
Oh, my apologies. I thought we were already moving into the morning. Then I will retcon everything I just said. That will happen eventually, unless anyone dies between now and then. But go ahead and yeah, I guess it's still night. At this point, again, you guys are still shook up by the fact that you had been chased by several of these more elite alien vessels, being even shot at, and for the most part, looking towards the cars, you're going to see the damage that they've taken. You're going to see the damage that everyone else has taken. And at this point, you guys are, again, there within the barn, kind of getting your senses together.
I think Ezra's just kind of sitting by either like a door or a window to it, just like looking out at the stars in the sky, basically, just completely not catatonic, but just much worse for wear than he was earlier.
Yeah, Arthur would come and sit down. I mean, I wouldn't say like right next to you as far as like you're rubbing shoulders, but so that you know that he's there and present. Ezra, I'm going to say some things, and if you want to ignore them, or you want to respond, or you just want to let me ramble on, that's all fine. The thing is, I know the anger you're sitting in a very personal way. And the regret that comes with it kind of sits with me in just about everything that I do. And he'll kind of hold a letter out, or pull a letter out of his jacket and kind of hold it out. And he'll kind of hold it out so that you could grab it if Ezra's interested. If Ezra's ignoring it, it'll just kind of sit there.
Ezra will eventually take it, but he won't read it yet. He's just kind of watching you as you speak for the time being.
I got that letter 2 days before I headed south to take some prospects down to a tournament. And it made me feel like a damn fool more than I've ever felt my entire life. Made a decision a long time ago to, well, I chose the fight over what I had at home, we'll just put it that way. I had been put in a bad way and received a lot of damage in the ring, and I had gotten the chance to fight for the title for the first time in my career. But getting through medical was maybe what we call, well, let's just say how I went about it was kind of illegal. And I stepped into the ring knowing that I shouldn't, but my wife, Dolores, said that if I did and if I was that stupid, then her and Arthur Jr. wouldn't be there to celebrate or to pout after whatever happened. And I didn't take it seriously. I went and stepped into the ring. I did good for about 9 rounds and felt good about myself, and then I was unconscious for 2 days. Never even got to hear the bell, never got to hear the announcement, never got to hear if I won any of those rounds or not, but when I came to, there was just a note, and they were gone. The letter you have in your hand says that, well, it says that my son is on his way to being a doctor, and that wife tells me that 2 months later, that letter tells me that 2 months later, I don't know if my wife is alive. And the letter also tells me that I was never alone, and I always had the option to follow him. And that's what I mean to tell you, is that I regret never following them. And never making that decision. I regret waiting until the world ended to give it a chance and head that way and everything that's happened between. But I'll also tell you right now that I know very full well that I may be heading to just a stone in the ground and more regret than I've already felt. I know that you've seen me try to make amends for that in certain ways, but I'll also tell you that if you want to make that decision and you want to push regret aside and you want to make that ride to see if you can save what you love, I'll walk right beside you, even if we have to leave everybody else here and send them on their way. But I want you to think and understand that what you're going towards and that regret may unfortunately be all that we have left. And if I have to, I'll sit here with you and at that too, and we won't have to say another thing. And then he just kind of sits back into the hay or whatever it is that's there that we're sitting on, and looks out into the stars in the area that you're kind of gazing into as well, and just lets it kind of hang there.
Ezra stares at that letter for a long time. 20 minutes or so.
And I would say the letter is basically...
Oh, no, he doesn't ever open it or read it.
Sorry, I thought he stares at it, sorry.
No, he just stares at the object of it before handing it back to you. I can't read that. As much as I appreciate you sharing it with me, I can't read that. That's not for me. And yes, my head knows that heading to that would have been suicide. What makes me angry, what makes me want to scream to the heavens, is that if that was Charlotte in there, no one in our group would have questioned my decision to want to do it. I know we can't go back for him. I have no desire to die. I don't really have much of a desire to live either, ironically. But I don't want to commit suicide. That would serve no purpose. So, I will continue on with you all. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. As far as I'm concerned, he has to be dead or I cannot get through this.
Good.
And with that, he gets up and walks deeper into the barn and just goes to sleep.
Okay. I got one other thing that we need to get through. So, Clint had been looking at the camera, trying to find some rest and sleep, and opened the back of the camera, and a note, something folded, a piece of paper, had fallen onto his chest. Clint puts the camera on the center console and reaches down and picks the letter up. I guess it's a letter. It feels paper and it feels folded. Very much feels to me like a high school note left in the locker feel, if I could attest to what it feels like. But Clint turns the note over in his hands, looking at all the edges before he unfolds it. Opening it up, I assume it's a letter, Caitlin?
You think that at first, but as your eyes drift over what is written there, you realize it's a stanza of a poem. And I'm going to read it, but right before, just to borrow one of your phrases, Nady, point of order, just to defend my girl Caitlin, when you open that latch, you realize that it's broken and it has been taped shut to show that to make it seem as if it's not. I just need it to be very clear that Caitlin wasn't prying. This just kind of happened to her. Your eyes drift over the paper. It's Caitlin's handwriting. You've seen it before, marking bags in the aluminum falcon of supplies. You are more than just a witness. You are larger than the frame. You bring the whole world into focus every time you say my name.
I do believe that both Clint and myself have a very similar reaction, where reading the stanza and reading what was there, I feel the love. Clint feels the love that was poured into this simple note. And yet at the same time, how much reading it now has such a different feeling than when it probably was intended to be read. And he notices the piece of tape on there, and he lets his head fall back against the headrest of the passenger seat of the aluminum Falcon. His hand comes up to his forehead, and he just closes his eyes. And I think that everyone else probably hears it very slightly because of the muffled sound of the car. But out of nowhere, as you are finding respite, you just hear a gigantic fuck from Clint inside the car as he realizes how stupid he's been, and kind of his hand just kind of smacks his forehead with this fist. Not hard, just kind of, yeah, Clint being Clint again. And he sighs. He takes a long sigh, and he pulls the hood of his hoodie over his head. It's going to be a long night trying to sleep, even longer now that he has his paper. He turns on his side and he looks at it one more time, rereading it over before he folds it up again neatly, making sure not to put any new creases in it. And he slides it inside of the flak jacket on the chest there. And he just kind of curls up because it's cold and there are no blankets or anything like that. And he goes to sleep in his hoodie. But he spends a good long while staring at the seat and the woven fabric of the seat, counting the threads in it as he just tries to distract himself from whatever might be going on. It's a rough sleep that night, but eventually he does drift off.
So is everybody comfortable returning to the morning? because yeah, Caitlin wanted to get up before everybody else. So when that static goes off, I'm grabbing the walkie and I want to run and look out the broken barn door. Is the carrier still over Oakville?
No.
Incredible. Yeah, then it's immediate. And trying to, Mabel, like just over and over, trying to raise her, letting it go, waiting for something. Mabel, come in, please. Just over and over as y'all are waking up.
As many attempts as you make, all you ever get in response is static.
Okay. So I do that a few times and then I look to the right and there's the farmhouse. And it's a couple stories tall and I can see there's an attic and there's a window. And I know that if I get some elevation, maybe it'll make the signal better. And she just cuts out bounding through the snow. And because there's no carrier, you hear it again, bang. Like we're like, I'm not even looking for a spare key. Like I'm going in, I'm getting in there.
Go ahead and do a search and survey for me.
There was a 6 in there, not a critical success, but at least a success.
The houses in the Midwest built kind of all similar, same plans for the most part. At this point, you see that this house, again, being rustic out in the middle of nowhere, kind of would follow the same similar floor plans as you've been through before. At this point, making towards the center of the house through the front door, you make your way up the stairs, trying to get as much elevation as you can. And quickly, as you're walking through this house, you're going to see the remnants of the family that lived here. Their memories, their tokens, their items, all just frozen in place. And at this point, as you make your way into the attic itself, again, it's stuffy, it's cold, but at least you have the elevation that you require. You go ahead and make your way towards the window. You'll notice that the windows, several of the windows in this building have been broken. The attic is no different. At this point, you're kind of looking out the window, trying to get the signal through, and again, static just returns to you. You try for quite a while until you feel confident that there is nothing coming through. But every time you respond, every time you call, static is all you hear. And for the search and survey, I will go ahead and allow you to decide if you pick up some supplies along the way. Because again, there's definitely supplies within the house. Not that that was your intention, but you know,
no,
you kind of got a view.
And I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't like making a farmhouse to be like, oh, and it's full of cans. No, I think Caitlin will do that. She is practical, if nothing else. But in this moment, her back is to the wall, and it's like she got talked out of getting everybody to safety. She got talked out of staying behind to be with Charlotte. And she can't even regret that she let herself get talked out of that, because if she hadn't been there, fuck, what would have happened? And she's just leaning with her back and her eyes are closed, and she's thinking about, if it were me, if I were Mabel, what would I do to try to protect those kids? And she tries one last thing on the radio, if you will indulge me. It doesn't have to work. It's okay.
I shall.
Charlotte. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Please pick up, honey. Please. Please.
There's something to be said that the static that comes through is more harrowing than silence. It's just the fact that no one is responding. And you don't even know if your messages have gotten through to anyone. But just to lighten the mood for just a quick second, go ahead and get yourself a heroism point. That was fantastic. So the rest of you will see that Caitlin dashes through the snow, making her way towards the farmhouse. Again, this is after hearing static up on the radio. You'll have heard her trying to communicate, trying to get in contact with Mabel, trying to get in contact with Charlotte, but to no avail. And then you see her taking off. What do you do? How do you react?
Knowing that she's still pretty injured from the day before, I'm going to follow at a distance to make sure she doesn't collapse and get harmed even more. And I hear the singing. Caitlin, are you all right?
I believe you're muted.
Caitlin, you're muted.
Yeah. River. Our baby's gone. She holds out her arms
And
to try to hug you.
go and hug. We don't know that.
We don't know anything.
No, I know. But all we could do for her and ourselves is make sure we live through the next day. Please don't push yourself too hard. I know what it's like to feel like everyone depends on you. But you can't let it break you.
I'll tell you a little secret. Been broken my whole life. But I got all my pieces about me. I'm not letting them go anytime soon. But you're sweet to care. And thank you for guiding Arthur. Don't think I don't know. We wouldn't have found this place without you.
Well, it was also, I think, a little bit of luck. It's all you can kind of count on these days.
Sometimes I think we got as much luck in one hand as we got shit in the other.
Got to keep the world in balance, I guess.
Yes.
No,
You want to help me up?
I was just about to say the same.
And she'll let River help her to her feet. Sorry I took off.
I get it. But like I said, we got to take care of ourselves too.
Yeah. All right, let's see what needs doing.
Yeah. First, we're going to take a look at you, and then we will take a look at everyone else.
All right. Okay. And Caitlin has recognized from the start that her and River are very similar in a lot of ways. And what a relief that is. You know, we've really not had a chance to talk about it, but there really isn't anything like contentious. It's immediate. Like, oh, good. Like, I can rely on you. If I say, you know, go start a fire, you'll know how to do it, you know? So I think you're feeling that from Caitlin as she lets you help her. And come down the stairs together to meet back with everybody else.
You know, I've never really been into sports, but everyone needs a relief pitcher.
Yeah. I'm not into
I don't
sports either.
See it.
Well, let's keep the rest of these city folk alive, shall we?
Best as we can.
And yeah, Caitlin and River will exit the farmhouse and come back to the barn. Definitely not happy, but at least it's clear that they're not like fighting, like Caitlin's not being dragged back here against her will.
I think Arthur would have just went boom, boom on the car for Clint to get him up and going. And then after seeing her take off and then trusting River to follow rather than pushing, you know, what he has already kind of helped Caitlin through. He'll just kind of stand, you know, trying not to be like a worried look on his face, trying to be stoic, but obviously like part of that's cracking as he's kind of leaning against the door and watching the farmhouse and where you two went and just waiting.
Clint hears the banging against the car. It just like sits straight up in his seat. Yeah, baseball. What? Where am I? He kind of looks around. He's like so out of it that his eyes aren't blinking in sync. It's like one then the other. And he's just like, I feel like he wakes up wondering how much he had to drink last night because his whole body hurts so bad. But as his like consciousness comes to, he's like, oh no, I didn't. This is just the new normal now. Did Bug sleep in the car?
Bug did sleep in the car, but the moment that she started seeing everybody kind of moving and getting awake, she would have started working on the car immediately. She needed
because we were in the pickup.
Press. Yeah.
Yeah. So you felt me like launch off of, of you. That's probably how you woke up.
But I'm not mad or anything. I'm just like, and I see you run off. I see River, and I'm like, okay, no, it's time. And I'm working on the pickup because I'm not dealing with shit today.
And thinking, no, okay, so he slept in the car by himself. Okay, cool. So as he's like, he looks over at the camera and decides that needs to be addressed, but probably not. That today's a new day and we have bigger things to worry about. So he's going to get out of the car and get a little stretch. And he kind of has this suspicious like peek around him, like he looks to his left and then he looks to his right as his mind kind of rationalizes. He's like, you feel like shit, but you didn't drink yesterday. You know what you could do right now, right? And I almost think that like I'm nodding my head along with my own thoughts going, oh yeah. And so he's going to have a little, instead of having whatever they're having for breakfast, he's just going to have a nice little liquid breakfast and a cigarette, reminiscing. And I think he could just get the attention of anyone nearby, he's going to recall, you know what I really miss the most? It's fucking sports, man. I absolutely, you know, like, and I think as Bug, I think he like doesn't corner Bug, but Bug is the only one that's like stuck in a position where Bug like can't move anywhere. He's like leaned up against the car, like having a sip from his flask, smoking one of those few cigarettes that he has left. And he's like, I'll tell you, man, a great day at Citizens Bank Park, warm sun, some baseball, couple of dogs, man. Oh, God, that would just be fantastic. Man, a nice 7:05 game with the sun setting over the city. Ugh. What about you, Bug? What do you miss?
Imagine Bug just straight in the engine, just feet up in the air, like, what?
Have you
Were
not
you
been
talking to
listening? Have you not been listening to? You know what? Forget it.
Move. I'm gonna push you off and get into the car and start revving the engine. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think clocking as we come back to the barn that you're in your flask. Caitlin look over. Make sure he eats something, please.
Yeah.
And then makes her way to Arthur.
River, you got any, what you got for breakfast?
I don't know. I think we have some like mushrooms or something.
I'm not doing that.
I got us real food. We got real food. We've got stuff.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to pretend like this is my cigarette here. I'm going to tell you what. If I never eat a mushroom God bless Caitlin. God bless. She is an incredible scavenger and forager, and I'd probably be dead. But I'll tell you what. I do not want another fucking mushroom or another fucking root or any brand. Do you have any hot dogs? River.
I'm going to say no on the hot dogs, but I'm pretty sure we picked up some Spam. It's like the can of hot dogs.
You know what? You're probably right. Why don't you and I go find some breakfast? I think
I just like to point out you should go to jail for that. That's jail.
The Spam, the can of hot dogs.
Can of hot dogs.
Hey, listen, man, you get in where you fit in, all right? It's not...
We don't knock some Spam fried rice in this household. I'm going to be real honest with you.
Yeah. It's not grass. No disrespect to Caitlin. I appreciate everything that you do for us in this community. You are absolutely our savior. All that talk about baseball. And I think I'm going to start, as we're getting ready, I think I'm going to reset the speech over and give it back to River as well. Just like talking to anyone who will listen. Can't go 5 minutes with himself.
River's just like, yeah, we played lacrosse a lot.
Oh, all right, okay.
And that's the end of sports.
Yeah. And I think that we bond over the game of lacrosse because I, too, am a big lacrosse fan. Would you
Not to bring down the mood at all.
Would Jarn, Atlas, would you make a new connection or a bold request? Would you consider that?
Consider what? The lacrosse is cool?
Is it? Wait, is it not?
It's
like Spam being the hot dogs of canned meats.
Can I get a Spam heroism? Just like
you know what? You know what? Sure, get a Spam heroism. Bud gets a heroism for paying attention to you or not paying attention to you. And River's going to get a heroism point because River's going to pay attention, and at the end of the day, she's going to regret it heavily.
Yes. And by doing that, the master plan has been completed. I'm not yapping.
So I was going to scheme that
one. I'm hacking the system.
But not to ruin the mood or anything.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we have to plan here. So yeah, Caitlin is going to. Arthur,
I think as soon as Caitlin's walking up, I kind of think he's, going to step to her. And I'm sure like the radio is going off and he can make the connection. He just knew that River was chasing after her and trying not to crowd. And obviously everybody else is kind of not unattended, but handling themselves and having a moment where they can exist. He wants to let that, continue. So when he sees you coming back, he'll step forward and was there anything?
No, just that static. Worse than silence.
Do we know where they were going? Where the next spot for them was?
They're either gone or in the pod. Arthur, we have to go to that church. We have to know.
Could those things being close just be disrupting the radio?
They weren't when they were barreling down on top of us. No.
That's just I hate to ask it of you, but let's just let everybody get going and moving and not not any more urgency than they already have. Just let them. We know what we got to do.
Let's take the pickup. You and me, and Bug will follow. We'll take him where we need to go.
All right.
So that's the plan, is to
Oh,
drive and find the church.
are we in plan mode? Good, because I want to make a.
We're in sports mode.
Yeah. Now that I'm eating my spam sandwich, it's chewing bite. I'm going to lay out. Atlas, if you would permit me, do you think that the house inside would have a local map?
Honestly, you probably wouldn't find it, but I'm pretty sure that Caitlin did find it. So yeah, sure, it has a local map.
As part of the supplies. So I wanna get everyone's attention and lay out the map of the local area and do my best to mark where the big thermos is and where the town is. And I want to bring up an uncomfortable conversation with the group as a whole. And so I'm going to say, so listen, I need an honest opinion from everyone here. And I'm not going to be the one that makes the plan here. I've already fucked that up enough, as I glance over to Caitlin and kind of acknowledge that I'm trying to do better. What do we think the odds that the people in that church were captured? Would you call it 50-50? Or would you call it greater than 50-50?
That really
I think
depends.
we know it. Yeah, it depends on who they could use and who they deemed expendable. We've seen it over and over again.
So the thought is, and Atlas, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's basically almost, is it the same distance to this town we want to go and the thermos? The big pod?
Yeah, it's about the same distance. I mean, at this point, you'll see that Kelly kind of points it out as she's standing like next to you guys and you laid out the map. You'll see that Kelly goes ahead and she points down on the map and she hints at the fact that the church is about an hour's away time from Oakville itself. And just beyond the church, you're going to find the bridge. You'll see that she points it out. She goes, that's where you can cross over and avoid getting even near to that pod. But then you'll see that she stretches her finger across the map and you'll see that another route leads straight towards St. Louis. And at this point, you're going to see that goes straight towards the pod. And she's just like, but we're going to go save them, right? I mean, we need to find D. Ross.
That's the conversation that I want to have. If they've been captured, there's a good assumption that they're in that pod. Now, I'm not asking us to go on a suicide mission, but wouldn't it be prudent if we at least checked? Is there a way that we can confirm it? I mean, hell, we got a backpack full of C4. I'm not saying that we need to go in there and play hero, but we could at least cause a ruckus there.
You see that Kelly kind of like looks down and she moves her finger back towards the church and she goes, if it was me, honestly, I would make my way towards the church. If anything, if they're still there, then we might be able to get in communication with them. If we show up and things don't look right, then at least we know. We know that something happened. But chances are, and you'll see that she points back towards the bridge, if anything does happen, if anything does go wrong, they probably would have made a break for that bridge.
I think that's real smart, Kelly.
And the bridge is in between where we are and where we need to go.
The bridge is just beyond where you're going, which is the church.
Okay.
So it's like literally if you're heading towards a church, you could head towards a church, you can head to St. Louis in order to go to the pod. It'll take about the same time distance-wise. But then if you want to continue crossing over towards the next, kind of leave the state and move on, you would have to cross that bridge. And it's the only safe point that they know where the aliens have not set up any sort of encampment or any sort of blockade.
And I think I'm going to take a moment to look at everyone and just make one last comment before I open it up. I reckon that if we go, there ain't no coming back. There's no going backwards at this point. So I know I'm the voice of insanity in this conversation, but I think that it needs to be at least considered about trying to do something about that pot, as much as I do not want to.
Well, I'm going to say this. My next step is to go to the church and figure out what I can from there. And then my plan moves forward.
I agree.
I'll be honest. If I got to go alone, that's fine. If nobody else likes the decision. But if this is a breaking point, this is the decision I'm making, and I'm just letting everybody know. I'm not forcing anybody's hand or anything like that, but...
Well, if we're going to plan some sort of mission, we can't do it without intel. Let's go to the church first. And then we can plan.
So say we all then?
Ezra just kind of shrugs and goes to sit in a car.
Yeah. Bug will just stretch out and just be like, we've never left someone behind. I don't see why we would start now.
I'm going to look at River. This is our show. You're a part of this.
Right. Yes, that I'm in.
All right. And I think I'm going to take a position in whatever car's got a free spot then. Let's go to this church.
Quick question, Atlas. When I was fixing and looking through the car, is there anything I could have done or found or anything? Is it okay to go?
So the cars are beat up. I will say do a rig and repair stuff. I will give you an additional D6 because Kelly would have been helping you out. And this is kind of get an overview of how much you're going to repair the cars. So I'll go ahead and combine both of them. So, I mean, literally both of the cars were off one by 1 point. This is like the car, the tires are falling off the door.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And I got double sixes.
Nice. All right, so with double sixes, you get to fill in you get to fill in 2 slices of the clock. So do you want to add 1 HP to both cars, or do you want to add 2 HP to one car? And it'll increase it to 3 right now. You can have 2 at 2, or you can have 1 3.
Do we all fit in one of the cars?
We do not.
No,
No.
we do
Not
not.
with Kelly and the supplies.
Yeah, there's 5 in one and 2 in the other, or 4 and 3. And then if we do get Charlotte back, then it's 8, so 3 and 5.
Okay. I guess 1 and 1 then.
All right.
And Clint almost like got thrown out of the bed of the truck, so it's not the best place to be.
Well, it's three on the bench.
Yeah.
He just happened to be in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, just adding people into the truck.
That was a personal decision.
Oh, yes.
Aren't those always the best decisions?
And thinking about being 3 up in the back of the aluminum Falcon, I can promise you that Clint is looking longingly at that truck bed, but is not. It's going to opt to squeeze in with everybody else in the aluminum Falcon.
All right. So with that, everybody's ready to go to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Key swap montage, Bug.
Yep. Wait, what?
Yeah,
and
swapping cars
It's a key
again?
swap montage.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Arthur and I are in the pickup, and I swear to God, as soon as those doors close, Kale's like, what the fuck? Just furious. So fucking furious.
Way to put it. And he'll just turn the truck on and put Put a little pressure on the gas. I mean, if you want to talk about it.
You know, I knew this nurse a few years back. She told me something, and I believed her. You show a man you're willing to die for him, he will let you fucking die.
Well, we all have a habit of, some of us are graced with hindsight, but, forethought. I'm not sure that's part of the program. But then again, I don't know. I've had a lot of concussions, so.
You and me both. What do we fucking do? What do we do?
Oh, same thing we always do, I suppose. Push forward, hope for the best, shoot at the worst, and I don't know, probably come out the other damn side.
I appreciate what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do, but right now and in fucking life, you are sitting pretty, sir. You are lucky
Caitlin,
to get to say it to me.
Well, I will, there's one thing I've learned in all of my mistakes, it's to, sit high when you can. And I'll tell you what, I think that, if this whole time I've been driving towards two graves, then, won't regret this time that got me there. Well, hell, if that kills me too, then, well, at least there was some work done for it, I suppose.
All right. I'll make you a deal. When the time comes, and you, and Ezra, and Clint want to go play cowboy, I want you to look Bug in the eye and tell her that you want her to die. You do that for me, and I will follow you to hell. Just do that. Dare you?
I'm going to be very honest with you, Caitlin, and if I get there and Charlotte is alive, I don't really give a goddamn if I just have to keep walking all the way west myself with her in my arms. Now, I told Ezra some things, but he doesn't seem to want to keep making the same mistakes that a lot of us have, at least, so I commend him on that, but just to let you know where I stand. I made a lot of choices for other people, and except for the people that matter to me, and if that ends abruptly, then it is what it is, but that's the honesty you can have until we, get where we're going.
The honesty I'll take for what it is.
And as far as Clint, well, I just hope that this whole time he's been trying to do the right thing. I haven't been getting myself in trouble with an absolute asshole of an idiot. At least that's what helps me sleep at night. And so far, I've been able to make that click in my head.
So far, yeah.
World's got us doing crazy things, Caitlin. And for those of us that did crazy shit before, well, sure you can do the math better than I can.
I'm sorry if I was ever cold to you, Arthur.
Learn to find the warmth in the winter and carry that with you into the end of the world. So I don't have any fear on that front.
Let's hope our baby's waiting for us at the end of this road.
Well, only one way to find out.
Yeah. And they can continue on in silence. She'll be watching for any movement, especially now that we know that they can cloak. So any sort of shimmer she'll be looking out for.
Telltale shimmer.
Sure, for sure. Quick question. As you guys are driving, anybody else wants to have any conversation or a moment before we continue?
Who am I sitting with?
So far, Arthur, Caitlin are in the truck. I believe Bug is in the Aluminum Falcon. River, Clint, I think, is in the truck. No, Clint is in the Aluminum Falcon. Everybody else packed into the Aluminum Falcon, and Kelly's in the truck with you guys, I guess.
Nobody else liked the vibe getting in the truck right now. So
No, it's the five of you all in the Falcon. Otherwise, that conversation never would have happened.
Yeah, Kelly's in the Falcon, I assumed.
Well, no, if there's five of you in the Falcon, there's no way Kelly can fit in the Falcon unless you put her in the trunk.
Kelly's one of the five, right?
Kelly's one of the 5.
There's
Oh, she is one of the 5.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry, I
7
keep
people
forgetting. I keep forgetting that Charlotte is not with you guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, everybody's in the Aluminum Falcon.
Yeah, it's Kelly, River, and I in the back seat. Ezra, because he got in the car first, I would assume went shotgun.
Oh, I mean, I guess that can work. I would naturally thought Ezra would have gone to the back because he's not a driver or a navigator.
well,
but I
okay,
can be in the.
Then
I can be in the passenger.
I'll jump in the front.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Why don't you do that? Yeah. So it's Ezra, Kelly, and Clint squeezed in the back seat.
Oh, Kelly better be in the middle.
I love how everybody was just like, yeah, Arthur's got that. I'm going to just squeeze over here.
Yeah, I would. My natural instinct is to want to carry on a conversation with Ezra, but I think he's going to. He's found a new sense of restraint.
You try, and if daggers could come out of eyes,
Yeah,
they would.
I can feel the daggers radiating in an area of effect off of Ezra. And so it's
Kelly just meditating in the middle, being like, I want to not be here right now.
Yeah. And River's up in the front. Queen blaring on the radio. It's the 8th time we've heard Bicycle.
I was thinking Bicycle too. That's so weird.
River's just like, so is this like someone's favorite song? Or
No, I'm pretty sure the CD's stuck in there. I think that's how it works. I don't know. Bug is the true mechanic of this. And I sometimes, and as I lean up in front of everyone in the center console. Sometimes I think Bug's actually lying to us because she has this deep love for this band, whatever this band. I think it's Queen. I'm not too sure.
no. We know Queen in this house.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
what I'm saying. But I'm also pretty sure that Bug has been lying to us about the CD player being broken and it being stuck in there just so she could listen to Queen all the time. I could be wrong.
Clint,
could be wrong.
I refuse to believe that someone that spoke to me for what felt like 3 hours about baseball and sports doesn't know Queen when they hear it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I was more of a Wu-Tang person. No disrespect to Queen or anything like that. I just grew up. I was just in a different era. It was in a different era, you know. Don't
yeah,
ask me-
camp was. We did a lot of chanting, and Queen helped with that.
Okay, players above table, can Ezra do one dick thing, and I promise I won't do it again. This conversation.
In the aluminum Falcon, absolutely.
So this conversation is happening,
Where
and
dick moves happen.
And Ezra like rolls his eyes at a certain point and like leans forward and just cranks the volume up and sits back down.
Bicycle. That's it, Ezra. Let's get into it. It's a freaking road trip. We got spam sandwiches and Queen.
Sentences you only hear once, folks.
Yeah.
As the girls are fighting in the back seat, River takes out one of the like braids that she had made with the hay the night before and just attaches it to the rear view mirror and then sits back.
Swear, when we get to an actual city, I'm going to find a CD booklet and we are going to change it. We're going to put on some other music.
Bug is definitely vibing to the music.
Yeah. You got to.
At this point, the music blares, and you'll see that Bug seems to be like moving in her chair with the music. You guys are driving through the snow. You've had these conversations. You are engaged with one another until the silence kind of falls between you. Again, there's nothing worse than waiting, wanting information and not having it, and desperately seeking for any sort of anything at this point, any good news, anything to at least alleviate the moment that you are in. It doesn't take long, and Bicycle is probably already on its 36th attempt on the radio, kind of just blaring, when Kelly goes ahead and launches herself forward and points through the windshield. And she says, "Look, there." Off in the distance, you can see the wisps of smoke dancing in the air, being pulled quickly by the passing breeze as snow again kind of moves into this area. As you begin to approach, seeing the sign for the Shrine of Our Lady of the Snow, you're going to see something that is going to make your heart sink. And at this point, whatever thought you had in terms of hope quickly gets dashed. And even worse, just off to the distance, you're going to see the massive pod. Here, you're going to see a scene of escape, of ruin, of destruction. You're going to see that half of the church is missing, obliterated. You're going to see that several cars were destroyed as well. Quickly looking and gazing at the scene, you're going to notice that several individuals tried to put up a fight. You can almost remember or see certain clothing or certain artifacts being held by individuals. Dusty was one of them. You'll notice that another one that sticks out happens to be Whiskey, holding onto his chest with his hand still pulling on the trigger of a weapon. The only indications that you see aside from all of that, looking around, is the fact that there seems to be tire marks, shots being fired, and a vehicle moving westward, heading towards the bridge. Whether that vehicle did or didn't survive, you don't know. But at this moment, we are going to be taking a break.
Oop. And I oop.
Peace, Louis.
Twitch delay. We're back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Are we good to go?
Yep, we're good. Everything's
Awesome.
fine.
All right.
All right. So
All
at
right,
this
back to
point,
depression.
at this point, you're going to see that snow listlessly falls without regard to those who are wounded or hurt, and it continues to fall, trying to cover the world as much as it has these last couple of months, these last couple of weeks, these last couple of days. And for the most part, it just seems as though it's just trying to cover what had happened here. You just happen to get here in that nick of time to where the snow hasn't covered just everything yet. But as you begin to pull into the parking lot of this church that once stood here, almost ironically, the shrine to Our Lady of the Snow, again, what meets you is a horrific scene, something that you were not expecting and something you didn't, well, maybe perhaps you were expecting, but it's definitely something you did not want to see. And so, how do you guys react?
I would look to Arthur first.
I think Arthur just kind of stares ahead for a moment and then slowly gets out of the truck without saying anything. Just kind of starts walking through and see if there's anything or like any sign of, like I said, still just that weird hope of something surviving in the church. There being a basement, there being not a cathedral. I apologize. I'm just going to call it a tomb, but like a lot of, especially Catholic churches have the tombs for certain people, those types of things. Just anything he can kind of grasp onto, other than just the tires leading away.
Seeing the door, Arthur getting out of the car, I think I'll follow. I'll take his lead and get out of the car as well. But I'm more in a position of watching Arthur 6, kind of staying 3 or 4 paces behind him. I'm going to look at the ground while he's searching for any sort of hope in what's there. I think I'm going to catalog and organize the destruction here. Taking a look at the bodies and a couple of things. One, looking for any weapons that would be an upgrade for anyone here. 2, making sure that there aren't anyone that died from projectile gunshot wounds that would be familiar to us, and then kind of sorting through whatever, as awful as it may seem, going through pockets, looking for identification, trying to collect any sort of information about the people that have been left behind, so that if we find anyone else, perhaps we can provide some comfort and relief to them.
Okay. And seeing those 2 go off, I'm going to jump out to get to Bug before you leave the car, and look at you, River, in the passenger seat. There's tracks. Follow them. Stay on the radio. Don't die.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll nod.
We shouldn't be going alone.
You won't go far.
We're just gonna take a look, see if they stop, where they headed, before the snow covers it.
Right. And then watching them go on their way and watching the sky to see if anything materializes.
For those that remain, nothing seems to disrupt the current expectations of the environment around you. The clouds roll in, snow falls, and for the most part, you'll see that Clinton maneuvers kind of looking around, trying to make a detailed account of everything that is here, noticing that several bodies belonging to individuals that you may have just known a day before, no longer existing. You'll see that Kelly kind of stays behind as well, and you'll see that she kind of like moves from one person to another, trying to denote who they are, trying to discern who they are. And at this point, you'll see that for those that she does realize, she begins to cry Not this long sobbing, but just tears that run down her face, kind of feeling warm, almost rising up with a bit of mist from her eyes. And you'll see that she just kind of like moves from one to the other, keeping her hands wrapped around her body. For the most part, Clint, you're going to make note that the individuals that are here are not survivors. They are gone. The very few weapons that they have amongst themselves are basically what you would have, rifles and things like that. Nothing that really stands out to you. But you'll notice that most of them have been used as though they were trying to fight back to the best of their ability. The vehicles that were kind of destroyed from the aerial attack have been blown, tousled over, and you would almost imagine that the only person that would have any sort of indication as to what can be salvageable at this moment might be Bug. But again, she's not here at this moment. She's gone.
Yeah,
Arthur. Go ahead.
No, I was going to confirm what you said.
I was just going to wrap up with Arthur. Arthur, as you look around trying to find almost anything, any semblance of where someone could be stored, someone could be hiding, someone could have avoided all of this. As you walk into the church, literally most of its walls missing, you kind of step in and you see that snow begins to fall inside of it, kind of falling upon the dais where normally a preacher would stand. The cross behind, swinging off to the side, having taken some damage when the building was hit. At this point, looking out towards one of the windows, you're going to see a nearby cemetery. Nothing in here indicates that anyone has survived. Although as you look out towards the cemetery, you can see one sign that kind of stands above all. In the grace of the Lady of the Snow, may we find our salvation. And for some odd reason, that just seems to be poignant at this moment. Caitlin, Arthur, and Clint, what do you guys do at this moment as you come to terms with the fact that nothing has survived? Well, no, lies. Something did survive, or at least someone drove off. That at least you are for sure. You don't know if it was multiple vehicles, but you know that something left. So at least someone survived. And amongst this destruction, you don't see the remains of anyone that would be important to you, a la Charlotte.
Yeah, I think that quietly, that's what, as much as I was looking through, I was making sure that Charlotte wasn't one of the ones on the ground here, and making sure that I was the first one to see it in case any sort of discovery were to be made. So I'm going to work with, was it Kelly?
Kelly?
So I'm going to work with Kelly to collect up any sort of trinkets or knickknacks that might have seemed important that we could bring along with him. And I'm going to give them to Kelly to bring back, and knowing what she's going through, because this is something that often happens on the battlefield when you're taking in the throes of war. There's the ones that get left behind, and the only consolation that I can give to Kelly is just a kind of firm grip on the shoulder, acknowledging that what she's going through, before turning to the members of our group, hand on the pistol, sitting in the holster, kind of resting, grabbing the chest of it, feeling the letter tucked underneath, and looking to you two for any sort of updates on what's going on.
Yeah, Caitlin, for her part, has been trying to scavenge what she can, even if it's a couple bullets, a knife, whatever there is left that we can use, that the living can use to keep moving forward. If you get close enough to her, she'll snark at you, but she doesn't want Kelly to hear.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say, by the way, you don't have to roll for this. You definitely will make enough to find at least one supply amongst yourselves, things that you can scavenge and salvage as much as possible.
Perfect.
And finally, you're muted.
So the glass was louder than I thought with his ice. But Arthur is kind of standing there, Colin kind of distracted by, and what he's staring at is the word salvation on the sign. And then kind of looks around the church and the destruction and kind of shakes his head almost in. I mean, it can kind of be seen if you knew it was in his head as like almost mocking it in frustration. Like you're calling for salvation, but this is what the salvation is. And then he would just turn and be very about business and kind of join the rest, before he moves them on to, asking. He's going to ask Caitlin to reach out on the radio and even ask for an update. I'm sure we can kind of segue over to that, but he would also just be looking for, obviously specifically, shotguns that were similar. This is kind of the same unit that he got it from, if there's at least some shells and stuff to allow for reload and those types of things. But that's what his next step is, to then ask Caitlin to reach out after they've been there for a little bit to see if there's an update from the crew that just took off, and then head back to the truck.
And yeah, whether there is or not, 4 in the pickup is too much. So she would tell them to slow down so that they can hand Kelly off. So somebody's riding in the back regardless until we meet up. And I know who I volunteer, but no. So that's what she would communicate to River.
So those within the aluminum Falcon. Bug, what's going through your mind as you kind of see that devastation? And at this point, Caitlin goes ahead and tells you, look, there's tracks, follow them. And at this point, you are driving the aluminum Falcon. You have River, you have Ezra in the car with you. What is it? What are your thoughts at this moment?
For Bug, she has lost so much throughout her life. She's not doing very good. She's not processing. She never really processed. So she's just kind of not very serious per se, but not talkative and just trying to get to task. And the only thing that's really going through her mind, it's mostly just, we need to save whoever we can, but we definitely can't just dip. Because dipping is what she had been doing for most of her life, and she didn't want to do that anymore. So she's trying to stay present, stay present, and like look through the snow, look to the people that are in the car with her, and just try to get strength from their little group that they've managed to procure, and hoping that they'll find these people that maybe managed to run away.
Thankfully, the snow has not covered all of the tracks, and for the most part, you kind of note, Bug, that it's following the road. It doesn't take long before you see a sign coming up stating that the bridge is soon to come, that the traffic should slow before crossing over. At this point, though, you're already approaching what would be the river itself. Thankfully, the river is too wide, too big, too fast, and it's still moving, hasn't frozen over just yet. You can see the edges where ice is collecting, and eventually, one point or another in some time, it will freeze over. But at this point, the bridge is still necessary. You go ahead and slow down the aluminum Falcon. You stop, kind of like looking through the windshield, and you can see the bridge itself. The bridge crosses over the river, moving on towards another part of the United States. What lies beyond, you can only make out the white haze, but that's basically it. Again, in flat land, you don't see too much off in the distance, perhaps a copse of trees, things to that effect, but nothing that really catches your attention. The only thing that you notice is that you could drive these vehicles across. Wouldn't be too much of an issue. Had the bridge not been, well, you assume it was attacked. Whoever was trying to get across the bridge during this entire situation definitely drove with a lot of heat coming down upon them. At this point, you're going to notice that the bridge has lost some of its structural integrity as some of the damage that has been done by the attacks by whatever was chasing the vehicles in front. At this point, you see, looking at that bridge, you think, Bug, again, your analytical mind taking more over, and at least at this moment, being able to assess the situation a little bit better than perhaps others. You assess that you could get these vehicles across, but it's going to be a one-way trip. There's no way that you're going to be able to back up. Once you get across that bridge, if it holds, and that's the more leering concern that you're going to have, if it holds and you're able to get the aluminum falcon as well as the truck across, you know for a fact you cannot bring them back. That bridge is not going to withstand it. Ezra, River, as Bug is here kind of looking at this, gauging at the bridge, again, you're going to see marks of scorch marks upon the floor where shots were fired. Clearly, this was an attack from above, probably a portion of the individuals that were chasing you the night before probably made their way southward. As to why, you don't really know, you can't tell, but you can tell that these attacks are coming from above, clearly from the alien forces. But looking out towards your, you're going to be looking towards your north, which is towards your right-hand side. You can see that the giant pod looming over the skyline of the city. At this point, it is the closest that you've ever been, except for River, who's actually been within it. But at this point, what is going through your minds?
Ezra, are you getting any chatter or anything from whatever it is?
Am I?
Whatever you get is quieted. It's not like it was the day before. For the most part, it just sounds like, again, like almost a drumming sound in the background. Nothing that you couldn't ignore, and nothing that, again, you would lose sleep over.
Okay. Ezra just shakes his head. No, it's basically quiet.
River is trying everything not to look north. Fiddling with the car door lock, waiting for someone to say something to help.
Yep.
Question: Is there? Sorry.
Nope.
Is there any Atlas? Is there any like car debris that I can see in the water?
Do for me, perform a search and survey.
I will expend on a heroism point. 6 and 4.
Nice. You're going to notice that, again, the ice is starting to stretch along the shorelines, creeping ever towards the center of the river, and with due time, it is going to freeze over. You're going to see kind of the location along the bridge where shots were taken, kind of tearing portions of the bridge apart. You're going to see the chunks of rocks, and then at that point, you're going to see something that, again, it's going to cause you a bit of hurt. The back end of a car, one of the vehicles that was used by the group of which you guys were a part of, at least momentarily for at least a day. And for the most part, what you're going to see is someone trying to have escaped from the vehicle. The person did not survive. Their body's hunched over and water is lapsing around them. As you begin to trace your eyes, you're going to see several other bodies kind of trapped upon the ice. And at this point, it's probably best to just look away. There's no need to continue looking forward.
I'll turn to the group, like quickly averting my eyes, and just say, we could try the bridge, but we wouldn't be able to come back that way. And I don't know that that's what we would want to do.
I'll radio Caitlin and tell her what we've come up against.
And we're probably on our way back at that point. So we'll just tell you guys, hang tight, and we can pull up in due time.
If there's anything that wants to be had as a conversation or any exchange of information between Bug, Ezra, and River until the pickup shows up, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we'll say that time passes quietly as you guys are contemplating and the pickup truck shows up.
Is north? Sorry, go ahead, River.
Oh, I was just going to quietly turn the volume up just a little bit so we're not sitting in silence and Bicycle is just playing underneath.
I wanted to ask, is north crossing the bridge towards crossing the bridge?
No, that'd be west. North is
this
to your right hand
probably
side.
the Mississippi River or something similar.
Correct.
So it's north-south river.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise Ezra will not stay this sulky above table. I think he's just really messed up right now. I do apologize, everyone.
It's understandable.
Bug will reach over and just kind of punch River in like a hang in there sort of way. Just kind of like acknowledging that you're nervous.
Thanks. So where did you learn how to fix cars? Like, it's just so alien to me, if you'll pardon the choice of words.
Yeah. Ironic. I figured it was the best way to escape if I learned how to hotwire a car. And that's kind of how it started. And yeah, then I got really good at it.
Clearly.
So, yeah. Yeah, situation wasn't the best, so I always wanted to leave.
And between you and me, you can fix the radio, right?
I mean, there's very little I can't fix.
And I'll just like tap the side of my nose. Just like.
Yeah. You okay, River?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm. It's just. That's a lot. But everything's a lot. But that's hanging over me.
That's a lot. Yeah. It's been. We just gotta make it to another day.
Yeah, I knew I liked you.
Fuck.
So, Ezra, is there anything you would like to add or have kind of a thought before the pickup pulls up with Arthur, Caitlin, and Clint?
I think he's probably just kind of examining, not the amplifier, because I'm not going to use that, but the song weaver. He's just going to be like looking at that, not playing it, but fiddling with it to see if he can figure out any more of its secrets. Anything that he's in this mindset that if he can figure out something that this can do that would give him an edge, he might have a chance of, like, even if it is a suicide mission, saving his husband. Even though he said he didn't want to commit suicide, minds are all over the place right now.
No, sadly, as you're tinkering with it again, your thoughts are too distracted. And even though you're kind of like messing around with it as best as you would try, the fact of the matter remains is that you're not focused 100%. And even if you were to attempt to use the machine, the Songweaver at any given point, it's not going to be effective because you're not there. Your mind is not there. You're just not really reacting well with it at this moment. It's just it's for all intents and purposes, it's a turbulent soul and a turbulent mind that you're suffering at this moment.
Totally.
And sure, not long afterwards, you are going to hear the rev of the truck engine, and shortly thereafter, pulling up just right behind the aluminum Falcon, is the truck, and thereafter you're going to see Arthur, Caitlin, and Clint.
Yeah. And I think the first thing Caitlin would do when she bails out of the pickup is ask to be shown where the wreck is.
Oh, correct. Yeah, Bug will kind of take you by the arm, and just kind of like slowly kind of tilt her head towards where it is, but she's not looking towards it, just kind of.
That's fine. And she would cast her eyes over. Well, it's not all of them. So some of them kept going.
Maybe it's.
If we're an indication,
We don't know if there were more cars.
if we're any indication, they would have sent someone away with the children first.
That's right.
Yeah.
We didn't find Mabel. We know she was with them.
You didn't. Okay.
We keep going.
Well, a bug thinks that we can only, this is a one-way trip.
Well, it's a maybe one-way trip. That bridge might not hold us, but we can definitely try.
I'll take maybe over never any day.
Oh. I can drive it across and try and make it, and then people can come on foot if the bridge survives to be a little bit safer.
We can't keep going with one car, Arthur. We're all going.
We can make it with both cars for sure.
We could
We can do it.
theoretically do one car if we find a way to cover the bed of the truck.
We're taking both cars. We are driving across the bridge. We are going.
Yeah, I meant more of driving one person in the vehicle at a time to get it across, and then make sure they get it across.
One person
follow.
is a lot lighter than one car. How many trips do you want to make? We are going.
I think
And
he's
she's
saying.
getting really agitated now.
I think he's saying drive the car with one person and everyone crosses the bridge.
I
on foot.
understand perfectly. I am not a fucking idiot. We drive 2 cars 1 time, or 1 car 7 times. You were an elementary school teacher. Give me a multiplication table.
Fuck you, Caitlin. And he
Fuck you too.
and he goes and walks into the car and slams the door.
At least he's
Clint.
what he's supposed to be.
Quick question, Clint. Where did you find, like, you found several rifles and things like that, again, that would be salvageable, and some bullets to go with it. Where would you have kept them? In the back of the truck?
Let's see. So if we found some supplies, I would have probably at this point since we were kind of almost full up, I would have made an honest assessment of what we had. I mean, like a couple more rifles isn't going to really save the day. I mean, everybody's pretty much armed at this point. Is that a safe assumption?
I'm not. Although I guess you count the Songweaver as a weapon. I'm not sure if we do or not.
And I almost believe that's by choice, right, Ezra?
Well, I mean, he did use the alien gun, so 50-50. If we have an
Nothing
extra
big,
gun that's
though.
like,
All right.
yeah, but I can't.
And Bug has
I can't.
a grenade and C4, so you guys are good.
Yeah, it all balances out.
Yeah. So Ezra had a pistol, gave it away so that he could have the alien gun. So we still did have that extra pistol.
All right.
I wouldn't recommend arming him right now, but
Yeah.
do what you gotta do.
The only thing I'm giving this group is this bunch. I think I'm overhearing this conversation like, oh no, I ain't giving them no weapons. Pillows.
No, at this point, wherever you're keeping the weapons, I'm assuming, again, on the truck, wherever it is that you would have stored them
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
you're going to see that.
Go ahead.
as this conversation is playing out between Caitlin with Arthur as well as Ezra, Ezra's now seeing kind of like jumping into the aluminum falcon, closing the door with a slam. You're going to see that Kelly goes and moves towards the weapons, and you'll see that she goes ahead, grabs one of them, and starts kind of pulling off a few of the bullets for a few of the rounds. And you see that she starts going ahead to get herself ready.
Okay. God, that made me fucking. I think I'm watching this from the back of the car, going, like, my heart was in my throat at this moment. The tension in this group is so high that I was fearing the absolute worst. But all right, well, I'm gonna step out because I'm in the back of the truck. Okay, I got lost again. It's so easy for me to get confused. I've been drinking all day. No. All right. So Kelly's like loading up next to me, like knuckling up right next to me.
Yeah.
Did she like hop off the truck and head off down the bridge?
No. She's literally loading up right now. At this point, she's not hiding it from you. She's not trying to kind of demonstrate, like she's not thieving at this moment. She's just taking some supplies. And at this point, you'll see that she's loading up, and you'll see that she has a more like angered look or expression upon her. And at this point, you just hear her saying, again, kind of like whispering under her breath, like, fuck this.
I think at this point I'm in a much more relaxed position. I've got front row seats to the girls fighting, and I'm watching this, and I'm noticing the tension amongst the group, and I can overhear Kelly saying that. And I watched her unload and load up a rifle and like lock this thing in. So my initial thought is to carry on small conversation with Kelly, but I think I'm just gonna offer her my flask at this point.
You'll see that Kelly grabs it. If you offer it, Kelly will grab it, and at this point, she'll take the longest swig, probably just draining the rest of whatever that flask had, and she goes ahead and tosses it back towards you.
I catch it, and I know the weight. I know the weight and feeling of this flask, and noticing it empty, I'm gonna give it a little shake, and I'm just gonna go, all right. You all right, Kelly?
She looks at you for a moment and she says, "Are any of us all right?" No.
Oh, nah.
We're not.
Nah. But that's what makes us special. We're all fucking crazy. I mean, we're pretty fucking crazy to be driving a Honda Civic and a pickup truck across an apocalyptic wasteland in a car full of people who I'm not sure like each other. And here's the kicker. I'm the one that's causing most of the problems. So yeah, it's a little fucked up here. If anything,
you'll see
I think you welcome to the family.
You'll see that she goes ahead and she kind of like looks up at you, and you'll see again she has more of a confrontational demeanor about her. She is not happy. She is not elated. You'll see at this moment she goes ahead and she says, "Yeah, you're all fucking special. You deserve to be on the small little yellow bus. But sadly, we're not at this point. And I'm sorry, this is not my ride." And you'll see that she goes ahead and she begins to move around the bed of the truck, getting herself off. And as she kind of like drops herself down to the ground, you'll see that she kind of like looks at you for a moment and she says, "You take care of yourself."
And I'm gonna, at this point, I was sitting in the bed of the truck with my back against like the glass, and I'm gonna stand up and put my elbows on the top of the truck as Kelly begins to walk off. And I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna ask her, I got a question for you before you go. You think all that anger you're carrying is gonna help you or hurt you?
You'll see that she pauses for a moment, You'll notice her lithe figure. Again, the jacket that she has kind of giving her more weight than she has on her body. And at this point, she lets out a long sigh. It catches in the air as a steam of hot air kind of comes out of her. And at this point, she turns back towards you and she says, I don't know, and I don't care. I'm going to at least try. And you'll see that she begins to make her way off the road, heading north, following the kind of heading towards the city, towards the pod.
I wanna call out and try and stop her, but that's a grown woman making grown woman decisions, and I, in a way, kind of wish I was doing the same with her. It's not fair to Ezra that his feelings get compartmentalized and his love gets pushed aside in terms of all of this. Not any of us have truly had to sacrifice anything like Ezra has in this moment. So if anything, I sympathize and I empathize with her. And as much as I want to go and just jump and do something extremely reckless and be like, yeah, let's go. I'll grab the C4 and let's get out of here. I reach down to where my stuff is and I reach into my bag. And it's something I haven't looked at in a while. It's the why for me. And I reach in and inside there is my wallet, right? It's a Velcro wallet, if anybody's asking.
Love
yes. Yeah. I need everything to stay in one place. And so as the sound of the Velcro rips open, it's for a reason though, because it keeps it safe and the material is kind of waterproof and stuff like that. And inside there's a picture of my daughter, Sophia. She's 9 years old, and it's a picture that her mother sent me when it was like her first day of school. To be honest with you, I know she's 9 years old, but I don't know what grade she's in. And I look at it, and all of the things that Caitlin and Arthur have been kind of banging in the back of my head about like how reckless and wild and making poor decisions kind of gets sharpened and refocused. And as I see her go, I look down at the picture of Sophia and kind of just, I don't say anything. She can make her own decisions. She has the right to be stupid, just as I do. But then I think about what I just said in my own head, and I think about the rest of the group and how by relating to Kelly and that kind of reckless behavior, I think about like, but I can't be that reckless. Not only because I got a kid on the other side of that, but I got people here. Not just people, like good people. And so I kind of exhale the same kind of sigh that Kelly does, and I just kind of watch her walk off into the woods. Thanks for the lesson, Kelly.
All right. And for the rest of you, again, I don't know if you guys would or wouldn't be able to observe Kelly leaving, or if that would actually be even in your line of sight. But you definitely can declare that you do see Kelly kind of walking, and you're going to notice as she begins to head north across the snowed-in plains, and you'll see like flat land. And at this point, she's just trying to make her way across, heading towards the city, just trudging a path.
Yeah, Caitlin sees her for sure, and it's a relief, truly, because that's one less person on the side of let's go mount a suicide mission for her to deal with at this point. Her goal this whole time has been to keep Bug safe, to keep Ezra safe, keep everybody as healthy as possible. And I think what's really starting to sink in for Caitlin, the apocalypse started, 4 or 5 months ago. for everybody else, the apocalypse started for her basically at birth. And she is starting to realize that the world is gone and everyone who ever terrorized her is dead. And she's finally free. And then to go die for someone else's man? Are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. I finally have a life that's mine, and oops, you actually made me care about it. So now it's everybody else's problem. Literally. Like, the world ending is the best thing that ever happened to Caitlin. And she's not giving it up without a fight.
All right, and everybody else, any reactions, or do we just press forward?
Oh, Arthur has not looked away from Caitlin. Like he is. Go ahead, River.
No, Rivers just caught what was happening, couldn't necessarily hear it, but saw Clint seem to reach out and knows that there's nothing she can do about that.
Doug is going to walk kind of in front of Caitlin and in between Caitlin and Arthur and kind of hold eye contact with Arthur and tell him, I think if we all go in both cars, we go steady, we do not stop, we can make it. And then I'll turn towards Caitlin and like try to hold her hand. And just tell her, no one's going to be left behind. We're not going to stop searching, but just take a deep breath, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
Yeah. We're not the enemy here. Save it for them.
Wait. Arthur, you all right?
Just holds a stare for a second. Like there's nothing there. It's just like vacant. And then he holds his hand. He looks. Then he turns. His eyes kind of drift down or over to Bug. I don't know. You're the same height, whichever. The eyes go from Caitlin's to Bug's. And then he just puts his hand out with his other hand underneath it. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
It's a callback.
I don't know if you want to spend. It takes us forever to do rock, paper, scissors, Hannah, so I don't know if you just want to.
I feel like it's tradition.
We don't got 3 hours.
But don't we have 3 hours?
Yeah. Can we do some rollies instead, maybe?
That's what I say. You want to roll for it?
Yeah.
We can roll for it.
Roll off. I gotta say, yeah, there we go. You're daring
I rolled a 20. This is awkward. I didn't know you. I didn't see what we were.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're up against Mr. 6 over here.
4.
There we go.
See, when you limit me to 1 die, it's a no-go. I need to have at least 6 die. Like that's nice. That's the,
Right.
One big trip.
I guess we didn't cover it. Does that mean I lost? So I take the aluminum falcon because that's how I thought it was going to go. So I don't like. I'm going to go first because I lost. Are we? You both on the same page there?
Oh, I thought you lost, so you're not like shepherding people across with one car. Like we're all just going.
No, this was for who drives the car. Who goes first?
Yeah. Oh, bummer. Okay. As long as you guys are on the same page about what you were rolling off for, that's all that matters.
We can go with that. We can go with that. So you be first, I'll be last. You're on the Falcon. I'm on the pickup.
Key swap.
Key swap montage.
Key swap montage.
Bicycle playing in the background.
Oh, man.
Just still blaring. Yeah. Yeah,
gonna say-
Arthur's going to turn the car on and be like, what the hell? Why is this so loud?
Right. All right, well, Bug, I'm with you. So if anybody wants to join us on the bench, speak now or forever hold
River
the
will
peace.
jump in. River will jump in.
I will. Sorry, go
truck.
ahead.
In the truck?
Okay.
Girls' car.
Yeah,
Fuck
girls'
yes.
Let's go. Bug at one
Yes.
point will turn to everyone and be like, drop everything that doesn't need to come with us, that you can spare to lose.
Yeah.
I'm already hiding the remainder of the whiskey of the alcohol
To the moonshine.
that we had. Yeah, the moonshine has been hidden in a very hidden place in the aluminum Falcon that nobody in this group knows about.
Keep telling yourself that.
It's under the seat.
All those extra guns are being left.
Who is sitting next to Ezra in the back of the aluminum Falcon?
Oh, I am so far in the front seat that I've actually like scooted the seat up.
Yeah, now that we're 3 and 3 again, you have the whole back seat to yourself. You can put your feet up. You can grind your feet into really get the mud everywhere, whatever you want to do.
Oh
Nice
no!
couch.
Just if anyone is looking the rearview mirror, Ezra is looking at his wedding ring in the back seat, and as the car pulls off, he rolls the window down and just tosses it out the window.
Oh, fuck.
Brutal.
It's too
So-
sad to keep it.
No, please.
Oh, don't no please me now. I said we should
Yeah,
have gone and
yeah.
rescued him.
I want to.
Oh, now that we're over the bridge, everybody's all.
So maybe
We haven't even gone over the bridge yet.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh no! Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that when we go over the bridge. That'd probably be a more dramatic.
halfway across, buddy.
appropriate spot.
Halfway across. That's super
Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah,
Into the
side of
wreckage.
river.
Honestly, I think it was perfect right where you did it. So, in all honesty, it just kind of falls into the snow, and anybody looking is just going to see that ring just shining there again, contrasted with the white of the snow, and it's just going to be just something that is going to be covered shortly thereafter and all but forgotten. But at this point, the drivers are going to be ready. I am going to be asking you guys to do a drive check. I will give you an additional die for the support of all the individuals that are inside of your car for each of your rolls. But please do not roll less than 6s. I need 6s. If it's less than 6s, it's definitely going
Why
to
did
be.
you say that? Why are you saying that now? Like, of all the times, you could have said that to me to jinx me.
Who's jinxing you? I'm not jinxing you.
Okay, 1, 2.
So you said 1, so I get two extra die? Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Is it-
Use a heroism point.
1.
Oh, you said for every person. You said, I thought it sounded like you said for every person in the car with you. is what I
One
was asking.
additional D6 because you have other people that are helping.
Oh,
you.
because okay, got you.
Yeah.
So you're giving us 2 additional D6 or just 1?
You know what? Go ahead and get 2. Go ahead and get 2. That's fine. Just get 2 additional D6s. That's
Thanks,
Okay,
Bug. This is what I'm looking for. Oh shit! I dropped one early and it was a 6, so I'm just gonna keep it. I don't give a shit.
There we go. It was meant to be.
Thank
Holy
God.
shit! No way. Look, I'm gonna get new die for the last couple episodes. That's 4 6s. I don't even give a shit. That's insane. I don't know.
Whoa,
Like,
whoa.
I don't,
The bridge repairs as the tires go over it.
It's
you're a tow strap to the truck. I don't even.
What you guys don't realize is that Bug foresees things. So playing bicycle at such a high volume actually helps the bridge maintain
The resonance.
it just definitely helps out.
It makes us think we're lighter.
I picture the sledgehammer and the Technicolor aluminum Falcon, just like a big wavy rainbow behind.
Rainbow Cat.
Yeah.
So at this point, as the truck, the aluminum Falcon doesn't have too much difficulties moving across. You're driving slowly, you're driving with purpose. Again, you can see that the structure is unsound, but as Arthur goes ahead and maneuvers to the best of their ability, again, you guys are probably holding your breath at certain points because it is very dangerous. You'll see that finally the aluminum Falcon makes it over towards the other side of the bridge, and at this point, you're able to kind of sigh in relief. Right behind you, though, you're worried because Bug is coming up in the truck, which is a little bit more heavier than the compact car that you're in. As you're watching, you're going to see that Bug maneuvers the truck. At times, getting way too close, the tires almost treading off the kind of large openings. But you realize quickly that Bug is doing so on purpose because the closer she gets towards the center of the bridge, the more or the least push or pull of the weight of the truck upon the bridge as a whole. And at this point, you're going to see that Bug maneuvers the truck over the bridge. But in the last moment, as she is kind of crossing towards the third way of the bridge, you're going to see that at that point, Bug begins to rev the engine and tries to actually speed up the truck for the simple fact that behind her you can see and hear the sound of crack of stones breaking beneath the weight of the truck. In the next instance, Bug literally peels out, driving over the rest of the bridge, making it onto the other side as the bridge portion of it gives way, clearly indicating that at this point the bridge is not going to be usable. Whatever was beyond that bridge or behind that bridge stays behind that bridge. And for the most part, unless you want to go swimming, there's really no other way of getting across at this point.
The Missouri River? No, thank you.
Yeah, Chris.
Just put brown.
All right. At this point, the events of Mercana are going to be behind you. You guys are now stepping into the Snow Sea, which is in the heartland of America. So we are going to go through the entirety of the process of leveling up your character, because you guys will be leveling up. You recover all your health and your noise decreases immensely.
Amazing.
I accidentally said last section that you guys' noise level was at 6. You can only go up to 5, but I was just trying to emphasize that you guys have made a lot of noise.
Yeah, we
Turned it up to 11. Yeah.
Between half the group yelling at each other and bicycle on 11. Yeah, I can see why we got to 6.
You broke the sound barrier.
Atlas, did I hear from before that we are able to pull special abilities from other classes?
Yes.
We are.
All right.
So remember, you're going to be getting a pip that you can put into your gambits to increase your gambit. Everybody's going to be getting a heroism point. Definitely, I'm going to give another heroism point to both Arthur and Bug for driving so well across the bridge. And at this point, you can also select a new special ability that you would like to pick up for your character. It could be from your own imprint or from anyone or any other imprint that's out there.
Cool. I made some decisions this afternoon while I was at work, kind of thinking about the direction we went, so I am ready to go, Jarn, if you're ready for me.
Yeah. I'm not leveling up a character. I'm ready for anything. All I'm saying is everybody should have...
It always takes so long.
I
like to get into character.
I took another dot of search and survey. And then I took crafting knowledge alien. I figure working with this song weaver, I'm starting to understand its intricacies, so I can start kind of fiddling with alien tech.
All right, excellent.
I'm putting another pip into Be the Boss, and then I'm taking Impossible Endurance, which Arthur already has. So once per encounter, you can choose to ignore 3 or less. I figure I want to honor how much damage Caitlin took in the last one and survived it.
I am going to take another pip in Take Aim and the Dead Eye ability. Now that River has been using guns more, she's feeling more confident in her abilities there.
Sweet.
Excellent. Also, I mean, I will say Caitlin is one of those individuals is like, I'm going to be the healer, guys. And then it's just like, no, I'm taking more damage than the bruiser. I might be a bruiser.
I've healed you guys too, I just want to say.
No one's died yet.
That's right.
It's very, very war cleric paladin-esque. We're good. It's all right. You're just taking all of the, all the rolls.
I like to be well-rounded.
Like a mace.
I will add mine to search and survey, and I'll take mechanic.
Okay, awesome. I thought you had already. I thought you already had mechanic, or was I
Do
mistaken?
they compound?
Mm, no, it's just a special ability that you would just get. I don't think they compound. No, it doesn't say that they can. But I thought you had gotten mechanic before. I could be wrong.
I had.
Oh.
But once I take it, do I not switch it out for the other one?
No, you
No,
just
no,
keep
no,
adding
no.
abilities.
You keep adding. Oh my gosh, Bug could have been crafting literal bombs at this point.
Yeah, you should have 4 special abilities at this point.
Holy moly. Okay.
We're gonna retcon that those that plastic explosive is definitely its own category of well-timed, detonatable from a mile away, like very, very good to go.
Tinkerer
Okay, in
is
that
definitely
case-
one that you're going to want.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will do
Tinker
that
we've
one.
used. Yeah, Tinker
I have-
Mechanic we've used.
So I have Tinker, Mechanic, MacGyver, and she can take it.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Oh gosh, she could have used she can take it on the bridge.
Right?
Oh my god.
I thought you had to switch it out.
Well, I mean that would have made the game far more interesting, but no, it's also the fact that you get to pick those abilities and actually add them, and you'll be able to use them at any given time. Well, if the ability can proct.
Right. Okay. Got it. Well,
Oh
watch
my
out,
gosh.
guys.
Oh my gosh. I just realized Ezra and Bug can now create alien hybrid weapons and items with a single rig and repair check.
I mean, my rig and repair is shit, but something to work
Mine
with.
Yeah.
is out. We can work together.
Yo, Bug still has that duct tape. She'll grab it. Don't worry, bro.
I've been saving it.
All right. I reckon then I'm going to add 1 to man. All right, I'm going to add 1 to be the boss. And it seems only fitting that I will be dipping into the bruiser and taking Witness Me.
What does
Twice
that
per
do?
encounter. Twice per encounter, when you attempt a wild or dangerous gambit, you may give a teammate 1d to their next gambit.
Nice.
I mean, it could come in handy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I struggle because I was hoping that Clint may have turned a corner here after that nice conversation, but I also know that I'll probably end up doing some dumb shit before this game is over. So if I'm going to do some dumb shit, at least help somebody else out. Be able to give
Growth
some-
Still miles to go, buddy.
Yeah,
Still
growth
miles
is
to go.
cyclical. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, time is a flat circle, or whatever Abraham Lincoln said.
A flat circle.
Time is a flat circle.
I thought time was a pendulum, always fickle.
Oh my god, I just saw Oh Mary, speaking of Abe Lincoln.
All right.
All right. Is that just me? Or did
Yeah, what did you do?
so I just capped off drive a car and took rally driver. Just staying in my lane, I guess. But while driving, you can inflict damage on your own vehicle to either disable an enemy land vehicle of your size or smaller, or drive successfully through a normal, impassable obstacle or small area.
Fuck,
Very nice.
That on the
Yeah.
bridge
Make the car
too.
bigger on the outside.
There you go.
All I'm hearing is now that the aluminum falcon is turning into the TARDIS.
That's it. That's exactly.
That feels
That's exactly
right.
what just
then.
happened.
That feels right.
Been a doctor the whole time.
That explains so much.
Like your nickname.
Just a doctor.
All right. As you're driving through the snow sea, to the south, you can see a mountain range that rises upon the horizon. For the most part, in front of you and to the sides, the land seems almost, again, covered in snow, but little else kind of catches your attention. As you're driving by, you'll notice the occasional farm and the occasional windmill. frozen over, but for the most part, nothing else actually distracts your sights. Nothing interrupts it. The Snow Sea is going to be the heartland of America, where most of the farming communities can be found. Very few locations of note will be noted, but with the occasional, oh gosh, I forgot. Side roll. I completely just blanked out right now in my head. I am so sorry. Anyways, you'll occasionally see some things that would be interesting. But aside from that, nothing else will pull at your attention. Eventually, as you're driving, you're going to see that the tracks that were laid before have been covered by snow little by little until you kind of lose track of them altogether. It is very difficult to kind of pinpoint exactly where they're going in what direction. And so what we are going to be doing is that we're going to be moving towards the upkeep phase and go through the cycle as we move back towards the detour phase of the game. So with upkeep, I am going to say that no noise is going to be added as you guys are just entering into the Snow Sea. But you do have fuel to spend.
Yeah, 3 fuel.
And supplies to consume.
Only 1, because we're back down to the right number of caravanners.
That's Pete Kelly.
We are completely out of fuel after that, though, right?
Yep.
Correct, but during the upkeep, this is when we can do supply or resupply.
This is where we're going to have to find some at this point.
So anyways, what I meant to say earlier was roadside attractions, which would probably be the only thing that Snow Sea would have.
Yeah.
I completely blanked out. I was just like, what the hell was it called again? I'm thinking like the huge ball of yarn or like the Paul Bunyan statue.
Did we miss the Uranus Fudge Factory?
I would like to point out that every time we hit one of those roadside attractions, Clint is absolutely going stir crazy in the car, and he's asking Arthur every time, "Hey, you want to stop? You want to stop?"
Do you remember what happened last time we stopped?
Have you?
You wanted to go on the damn Ferris wheel, and then I had to go looking for you. Do you remember?
No, I remember that. But hear me out, Arthur. Have you ever seen?
That's what you said last time.
Have you ever seen the world's largest collection of gum in one ball?
Why would I want that?
I mean, the real question you need to be asking yourself, Arthur, as I lean back in my seat a little bit, is why wouldn't you want to see that?
Like, I don't even like gum under benches. Why would I want it all stuck together? Like, I don't have a single reason.
It's the important part, Arthur, and I have to stress this: world's largest, meaning we're never going to see anything like this ever again.
What you want me to remember of America before it all is over is the largest ball of chewed gum.
It doesn't get much better than this. I mean, we don't got baseball. Taco Bell's gone. I mean,
There
what
is
else do I have to look
something
forward to?
weirdly poetic about it, considering the state of the shit that this world is.
All right, look, I'll make you both a deal. You get on the radio and ask Caitlin if we can stop, and I'll consider it.
No thanks, we're not speaking right now.
The car goes absolutely dead silent. I would think that as Arthur asked that, Ezra and Clint both make eye contact, and for very different reasons, neither of us want to poke the bear at this moment. But then I also would like to point out that this pattern and this thing repeats itself every time we see one of these roadside attractions.
Oh no! As soon as it goes silent, you'll see that Arthur's just driving, and you'll see the big old billboard for the world's largest gum. And there's like this happy family, and the child is pointing at it, and the dad's like has a hand on the mother's shoulder, and the mom is just smiling. And at this point, it's just like the most perfect place that one could go to, one could imagine going to. And for all intents and purposes, at no other point in life would Arthur even consider pausing here. And at this moment, you could almost feel that inclination, just like it looks so perfect. Like maybe we drive there. Maybe we actually go. You know, it's only the next exit. We can make it. But again, those are just those lost thoughts that one has. All right, so we are going to be moving then from the upkeep phase to the travel phase, which allows you guys to take actions. This is to be able to recover, get supplies, lie low to reduce your noise level, work on a slow project, or work on a vehicle. Remember, you guys can choose 3 of these actions. You can help each other out as you're doing these actions, depending on how many players are going to be participating in the action itself. But you guys have the choice. What would you guys like to do?
So before we start, I want to point this out because this is very interesting. Every resupply that we've done, who has gone? Me, Clint, Ezra. Every single one. And who's in a fight?
That's
And
true.
now you got River.
Wow.
So-
Supply.
Bang it up for River, yeah.
Oh, you think I'm not going on the search and survey?
Well, here's what's interesting too.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to not. It would be weird. And I think Caitlin, like, kind of gearing up to go out for a resupply, it does. That thought does cross her mind. It's like, wait, Clint always comes with me. He never lets me go alone to do these. Oh, but I guess now that was fun while it lasted. And then I see you also suiting up, and I like like she doesn't want you to know that she's happy about it. It's just like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And
fine, it's fine.
I think that the standoff is one of not like bitter animosity towards each other. It's like, oh, she like, so you're like, oh, things are back to normal and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm out of the car. I am literally the golden retriever who has gotten out of the car, and it just gets to be outside.
Yeah.
And I think the two of us are feeling a little bit like we've had some separation. At least I've had some separation and some time to like let my cooler feelings prevail. And so I'm there, and I think, but the two of us are just like, hey, and
Yeah.
hey.
She still needs some sort of apology or acknowledgement from Clint. I'm not going to lie about that. So, but yes, it has cooled enough to the point where, yeah, we can go through this. But I think in Caitlin's mind right now, it's like, well, if he's not going to apologize and he doesn't really care, then yeah, I guess it's just, this is over. Whatever this was, I guess it's not worth it. So, whatever.
I think that Clint is working his way there in his own way. It's not like, hey, listen, I'm going to come right out and apologize to you in front of this gas station.
Completely,
this
yeah.
abandoned gas station, right? It's small talk. It's trying to smooth the ruffled edges of the relationship. Can't fix it all in one day.
No.
And I can't pour my heart out and be like, oh yeah, I found this really poetic love note that you sent me.
Right.
Do you want to talk about that right now while we're going through these warm sodas in this broken cooler? You know, he's got he is not the charisma character in this group for no reason. And so it's nice. May not be exactly the same, but it's nice.
They've always been able to connect through humor. So I think if they're able to make each other laugh, it's at least enough of an acknowledgement of being like, okay, like we can keep going. You know, this doesn't have to affect everything else.
Yeah. So what did we find? Do I got to do some?
Let's see. So I'm taking a D6 from somebody. Don't give a D6 to anybody else. Let's see.
Yeah, you can have my D6.
Heck yeah, that's 3 6s. I'll take
One of
that
those-
fuel. Thank
One
you.
of those is mine. One of those is mine.
Okay.
I found something.
You're the specialist boy in class.
Yeah.
Gold star.
Well, actually, that additional D6 is given to a single gambit roll made during the travel phase. So technically,
Yes.
that is something that could be elicited by Caitlin to roll. But technically, Clint could roll their own search and survey.
No, up to yes. Up to 3 people are going
to
to
3.
roll.
Yeah.
God, 2 more people are going to roll, but we each give each other 1d6.
But aside
So,
from
like,
that,
now I can
fantastic.
give you
Do you want supplies or fuel?
let's take fuel
All right.
because we need at least 3 to
Yeah.
get where we're going. And we have 5 supply left, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 4.
I do apologize. I have not been keeping track. That is something I was leaving to you guys
Doc
to
was
decide.
keeping track.
I have
Wait,
3.
I'm sorry, what?
I have 3 supply left.
I had
right?
3 as well.
Nope. We have 3 now. We had 4. We just lost 1, and now we down to 3.
Yeah.
Got it.
But the
Yeah.
fuel
All right.
is the
Okay, I thought
Fuel
we
is
were...
out.
No, you're right, because we got 2, then 1, minus 1. We're at 3.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay,
I just
so who
erased
else-
it. You don't try, like I just erased it. I just erased the fuel. I just erased the supply.
So who else is doing resupply?
I will assist with the search and survey. Jarn, will you please tell me the location in which we have discovered where we are doing our search and survey? Is it a gas station?
Yeah. Chances are it's going to be like it's actually going to be like one of those gas stations that are just a little too large, comparatively speaking, to normal gas stations, trying to like be
Buc-ee's.
serviceable.
It's
Just like a
Wawa,
Buc-ee's?
guys.
Yeah.
It's
And
Wawa.
so it's basically like it's a little too large to just be a regular gas station you would find, but it's probably one of those gas stations that most roadsides would have to try to get like any visitor that will come around. They'll probably like have additional items normally not found in other normal gas stations or the expected gas stations.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right. I am searching for 3 things in particular: cigarettes, booze, and crossword puzzles.
Wonderful.
Go. Oh, 1 fell. I got 4 and a 3.
How many?
You find none of those things. Sadly, you walk in and you're going to see that this, the gas station, as in the convenience store that's actually attached to it, large as it is, again, it seems like other visitors may have passed by and already looted the place. There doesn't seem to be anything that you're going to be able to find in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else is doing resupply?
Yeah.
Once
River!
can,
River, get your ass in!
I was kind of letting you have your reparative date.
It's not a River. It's not a date.
Not a date.
Okay, it's not a. I think I would love.
Oh,
I
it
would
sure as
actually
shit better
love-
not be a date.
I would picture in my mind River actually saying that, and then Caitlin and Clint both turning at the same time and saying it's not.
It's not a date.
It's not a date. Okay, and I think, but then I think the 2 of us, all 3 of us, kind of smile and have a good laugh together.
Under my breath, being like, there aren't enough teenagers to know what a fucking date is.
You got good at that one.
River.
All right.
You don't have to roll search and survey.
No, I'm
if you
gonna-
can justify
yeah,
it,
yeah.
you can use a different gambit.
I was
Shit.
hoping that
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking places where other people might not have.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping to do like a sneak around in like the back rooms or such.
Yeah. Who wants to?
Sure.
Who's giving River the D6?
Is that me?
For
I guess yeah. Let's do a triangle.
Yeah.
great. So that's 4. No, that's 5. And then I'm going to use heroism. I have a ton.
Yay!
So I get 6.
1 6. Okay.
Damn.
Come on.
No. I have 6 die.
Oh, okay. Then,
Oh.
then we're gonna get 6 6s.
Out here doing
No,
fireball.
I have 3 3s, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
All right.
Yay.
Okay, let's try 1. So do you
All right,
want that
so-
to be fuel? Or do you want that to be supply?
That should be probably supply, just in case.
Yeah, why not?
Pick up anyone.
We don't have enough.
Yeah, fair.
We have.
Well, now we have 3. So we have at least enough to move
to get to the next.
Yeah, we can have another. Yeah.
Exactly.
Atlas, can I also use a heroism to find a useful item as well?
Of course. What useful item would you like?
Oh my God, it's cigarettes. That's so kind of you.
God, I wish. Oh.
Well, I thought about being funny, but I think
Please
I should
do.
not be.
No, be fun.
Of course you should.
A rubber
actually-
chicken?
No, here's the thing. I'll do it for narrative purposes. I have heroism. I'll do it. You do what you were
Okay.
gonna do.
I was going to see if I could find a pack of hot dogs.
Ew.
Bro.
Like
Are you
buried
sure?
in the snow.
Are you
Like-
sure?
Like in a like those
weenies
like
in a
deep
can?
freezers. Yeah.
What about weenies
Or
in a
Vienna
can?
sausages.
Yeah. Ooh, so
Okay,
good.
I'm willing to go with Vienna sausages, but are you
Okay.
sure with a hot dog? I mean,
No,
I would
Vienna sausage.
scratch off the usefulness about that, unless you're planning on killing somebody.
No,
Like a lot
no.
of them.
Vienna sausages.
That's part
A
of
whole
the
case of
supply.
pork and beans.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'll
this
come
can
up to Clint and just like check the case of them at Clint.
Nice.
Grab it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any more about it.
What do you mean you don't want to hear anything?
It's
anymore?
been done.
Are you upset with me?
No. But no more hot dog talk.
All right.
You got it. Okay.
We could, yeah. Good, 'cause I
Share
was
it.
kind of over. I was over hot dogs anyway. I've been thinking about a Philly cheesesteak recently. And, let me.
River will just roll her eyes and walk away,
River.
just be like, Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding, River. I'm kidding. Oh my God, everybody's so uptight around here.
And as we're walking away, I'm gonna flash you like opening like the little pocket in my hoodie. And I'm gonna show you I've got like I did find a pack of cigarettes, but I'm just showing River. I'm not showing Clint.
Excellent. So that's going to be for the team that is resupplying. What is everybody else going to be doing? You got.
I'm just gonna
Lilo,
wait till I see Caitlin pick up smoking because this is gonna be good. So if we could just jump
Yeah,
to that.
right. Yeah, right.
So
If she's gonna be smoking, it's not gonna be cigarettes.
Real talk.
Blake?
So at this point, you got Lilo to remove one noise level if that's something you guys want. At this point, you do have one noise level on there. Recover is not necessary. You guys are all recovered, and then you can work on a slow project.
I would like to work on a slow project if that's okay with this amplifier and finding a way to make it work without raising more alarms.
I'm good with that.
If that's
Slow
the whole-
project and Lilo.
Science.
Yeah. And let's Lilo for the
Awesome.
third, because good God, we don't need any more noise.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do a. Well, actually, before you jump on your project,
Or-
all right. Real quick, Bug, since you do have your new special ability just minted Tinkerer, during the travel phase, you get to distribute 2 ticks among any of your slow project clocks. This is done automatically. You don't have to work on a slow project. You just choose the slow project that's going on. And if you want to dump your 2 slices, you definitely can. Is there something that you would like to do, or would you like to help out Ezra with this?
I would like to help out Ezra.
All right. So Ezra, you're going to be... Oh, go ahead.
I'll be very nosy. I'll see that Ezra is working on it, and I'll just go towards him, like behind him, and just over his shoulder. What you doing?
Trying to make it so that if we use this, we aren't found, caught, and killed. Because as much as I am angry, dying by their hands isn't high on my list of things to do.
Smart.
And considering
smart,
I have
smart.
nothing much left to live for, it gives me purpose.
All right, I'll help.
So Ezra, do science. And Bug, you could do science or rig and repair since you are absolutely the goddess at that.
I will rig and repair.
You do get a +1 d6 from each other because you guys are working on this together. And on top of that, you can use heroism points if you like.
I am very much
did
using
get a
my last
6.
heroism point. Big money, big money.
Big money.
65522.
Excellent.
So I also got a 6.
All right.
Whoa. What is that? Four pie pieces?
That is a complete project right there.
Amazing.
So, Ezra, as you are messing around with the amplifier, kind of like trying to work this alien technology, and you'll see that Bug stands nearby, kind of fascinated with it as well, working on it. You begin to. Sadly, you have to activate it. That's just a fact. You know, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to work how the mechanics actually function without testing and trial and error. And so at this point, you have to turn it on. But thankfully, due to the fact that you have begun working on it, and so has Bug, you'll notice that the amplifier does not actually do or does not send out the ping as long range as it should. It actually keeps it almost towards your vicinity, within around like a bubble around you of about 6 feet or so. The only thing, though, is that as soon as you activate it to kind of get that sound to see how far you can actually keep the sound from pinging, upon approach, you're going to see that River just slumps over like a sack of potatoes.
I will turn it off the second that happens. That's not good.
And within the next instance, River, for a moment, you're holding on to Vienna sausages, tossing them to Clint. You hear this sound that just is overwhelming. And in the next instance, you open your eyes and you're literally looking up straight up at the sky.
River. My gosh, are you okay?
I don't know. Did I
Oops.
faint? I heard the noise, yeah.
No, you do not recognize the noise at all. Like you at that moment, you physically at that moment, you would have heard it, but you waking up, you don't.
Got it.
It's just like you're standing there talking to Clint about Vienna sausages, and the next instance, you're like looking up straight up at the sky.
Ezra looks at Bug. Any idea why it would do that?
I mean, was it us?
River, can I try something? You might pass out again, though. And I'm sorry for that.
It was something you did?
Maybe. Well, sort of. Not me, technically, but whatever. The song weaver might have done it.
But maybe not.
We don't know.
Well, let me get somewhere comfortable.
Yeah, and I'll help you sit and like brace you a bit.
Yeah.
Ready?
Wait, and then I'll quick put something in your mouth. So just in case you start like having a seizure or something.
When River is ready and gives me the go-ahead, I will reactivate it.
You'll see that River passes out once more, sitting wherever she is, comfortably enough though, but she does pass out completely. Ezra, question for you. How long do you leave the machine on for?
Oh, like 10, 15 seconds. That's just cruel. At most. Like, at most. Truly.
So, as you leave the machine operational to that extent, you are definitely going to see that River kind of turns over towards Ezra and at this point begins to talk, but not in voices of words as you normally hear River, more in the almost instrumental song that haunts the alien forces, the way that they communicate. And at this point, the thought is one of fear, of an individual that is trying to hide, to stay away. And for the most part, you hear the sound, or you hear the notion of someone that is hunting them, looking for them, hounding them. And at this point, the name of Idar Iskanda comes into mind once again. But with that, as soon as that name comes into mind, River is going to utter in plain English, "They're coming. They're coming," which is exactly what she said in
Yes.
Oakvale.
I remember that. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
there first time that happened too.
And so, as you go ahead to turn off the machine, you are going to hear that sound once more, even though you are far, far away at this point from St. Louis. You're going to hear that boom sound once more. And at this point, you will hear it. No one else is going to feel it. You guys won't actually hear it. But Ezra, you definitely will pick up on it. And at this point, you also hear the cacophony of sounds and the cries of pains of individuals that are being used to amplify this sound. And amongst them, Sebastian's voice calling out.
When that happens, Ezra will turn the Songweaver off. I can't cry on command, but like just tears pouring down his face. We can't win against this. We cannot win against this. And he just kind of slumps to the ground as River wakes up. Not like
I'll
passing
try
out.
to
just
catch
kind of,
you.
like, yeah, not like fainting, but just kind of like just all sense of like hope just flees his body, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
River-
I'll
you
catch you
gotta
to
help
support
him.
you for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
River,
want
as-
to so bad, but like he doesn't want that from me.
River, as you come to, again, it's literally a moment in time. Like for you, it's just you close your eyes, you recognize that Ezra is about to do something, and in the next instance, you open your eyes, and Ezra is just there, sobbing, tears coming off, and you'll see that he kind of slumps down. You'll see that Bug kind of moves over, and you'll notice that Caitlin kind of like attempts to take an action, like to take a step, but she stops herself.
Yeah. And then I'll focus back on you, River. Hey.
I don't know what's going on.
You don't have to. Everything's gonna
You're
be
muted if you're trying to say something.
me.
No, Nady.
It was me.
Okay.
No, continue.
You don't have to know what's going on, River. Everything's gonna be fine.
I just can't feel responsible if this is what's making things go wrong.
And when you say feel responsible, there's a really dark look that flashes across Caitlin's face, and then she tries to toss it aside. You didn't ask for this. You got dealt a bad hand and made it a good one. You survived and found us, and we'll take care of you. Everything's gonna be okay.
I hope so.
I don't think I need judge a character to know what's happening here. I'm going to kind of lean over Caitlin's shoulder and offer you canteen. Just drink some water. Have a moment. You are not
That's a good idea.
You're not responsible for any of this, River. These things are happening to us, not because of you. But you also said something rather distressing. You said they're coming. And so I know you're confused. I know you're scared right now. And I want you to focus. And I'm going to offer my hand out to you to kind of help you to your feet. The camera's over here. Come on your feet.
Okay.
All right? It's not your fault.
Right.
We all take care of each other. So even if it was your fault, you're with us. It's always our fault. kind of do this horrible thing where we do it to each other all the time. It's crazy. Welcome.
She
to the
gets it.
family.
She gets it.
Yeah. But who's coming?
Don't matter. Not us.
When they get here, we'll know.
During this, Bug would have been, if Ezra would allow it, like on his back, just being like, it's okay, let it out, let it out. Just thinking that you're sobbing because everything happening to you, since I wouldn't have heard what you had. So just be like, it's okay, let it out, let it out.
Eventually, he just stops crying just because, like, the energy is gone. But he'll get up and start heading back towards the car, doing whatever he's told to do. But he's just kind of in a daze. I will pop out of this next session, everyone. I promise I will find an avenue to do it in.
We're getting there. We're getting
Yeah.
there.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Arthur.
And,
oh, go ahead.
no, we can. There's just one quick thing that I'm going to do, like in the night or evening time when things have calmed down. There's just one very brief conversation I want to have with Arthur. It can only be a couple of sentences. So please keep going.
So, Arthur, real quick, since you're the last one to take any actions for this travel action, you said you wanted to do lie low.
Yeah.
Just to kind of clear that off, so like that we don't have to worry about taking care of these mechanics next session. Go ahead and do the lie low, and you actually, well, I think everybody else rolled for something, right? Yeah. So I'll be nice. I'll give you 2d6.
And this is under like what
I think you can do drive a car. So it's like just
I was gonna say, is it gonna,
like how you're driving is slow.
trying to drive, like avoid potholes, slowing down when I need that kind of stuff. Yeah. So you saw you're saving me an extra D6?
Yep, extra 2d6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 66. Let's go. Yeah. 3, 4, 3, 5, 1, 2.
Nope.
Got
My
it.
level is going to be up. It is going to be it's going to be a rough and tumble, but I think you guys will be fine. So before we close off this session, Kaylin, Arthur, that information you want to share as the evening begins to fall upon the world, and you guys are moving forward again, trying to track where Charlotte went, where these other individuals went, not being able to see anything at this moment, and again, just pushing forward, hoping that they are following the road. What do you want to say?
Yeah, we're away from everybody else, kind of comparing notes at the end of the day, assessing the state of the group, all of that. Arthur, do you remember a while back when Ezra first heard them?
Like the first time ever, or
The first time he was able to say something in words.
yeah.
They were looking for her. What if we didn't find her by accident? What if she didn't escape?
I mean, if they're still looking, then that's something, isn't it?
They're looking, they won't find just her.
And I suppose we should probably find him first.
Yeah. and he's not quite engaging with what she's trying to say, and I don't think she's going to push it at that point. I don't know if he's deliberately not saying it, but if that's how he's going to respond, then she won't push it any further. But it's just something that has been on her mind a bit. It was Valenian was her number one culprit of this is she, but now she's starting to think that maybe there's another possibility.
And yeah, Arthur, he's not trying to deliberately like off track you or even ignore it. He's also said, I already told you what my goal is.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I don't need another reason to go looking or to find Charlotte or to do what I have to do after I find Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, as we haven't seen Valenian's body either, so we can assume that she's with them too. But
so I think, and it is also in a sense of like, also kind of ignoring that concept because, like, I think his last bit of hope is that Charlotte's alive, and that's all it's going to take. I get to Charlotte, I keep going west, I make it west. That's all I need. I don't need other bullshit. I don't need to fight aliens. I don't need to throw down anymore. But obviously, at the end of the day, like, that's where he is now. But is that the reality? He also knows that in the back of his head, but he's not ready for that round at the moment.
Okay. Got it.
As you guys
so he can,
as you guys
can
are
see
talking,
in his eyes that he knows what you're saying, but
as you guys are talking, the radio static comes in once more, kind of like it did at the start of the day. It goes with the static. You don't hear too much. But who's ever holding the radio, you begin to hear sounds, almost as footfalls, sounds of calls, yells. You almost hear Mabel's voice saying, "Where the fuck?" And you hear gunshots riddling out. In the next instance, you're going to hear a small voice, a diminutive voice coming across the radio. Arthur, I'm sorry. You could have all the chocolates. I don't want the chocolates. Where are you, Arthur? At this point, you're going to hear gunfire being swapped back and forth. Again, Charlotte's holding onto the radio. She doesn't understand how radios, walkie-talkies work. She's just pressing the button and talking, breathing heavily into it. You can actually feel the fear that she has at this point. Shots are being fired. You're going to hear Mabel say something along the lines of, "What the fuck?" And at this point, you're going to hear a man's voice come over, a man's voice that you don't clearly, distinctively, you've never heard before. This individual is going to say, "Get the fuck out of here. Make your way towards Rio Fuerte. Find us there." At this point, you're going to hear other shots, but these don't sound like guns. These don't sound like ammunition you've ever heard, but rather that from alien technologies. And as you hear the sound of someone running, grasping at Charlotte, hearing the heavy breathing, the footfalls in snow, you're going to hear Charlotte kind of cry out and says, "I don't want to be here. I'm so sorry. Arthur, I'm so sorry." And at that point, the radio just dies. And that is where we are going to end our session for this evening.
You're back.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh,
That
you
was
son of a bitch.
great.
Bad man.
It's crazy.
That was awesome. Thank you
That's
so much,
crazy.
everybody.
Thank you for joining the Story Told's Last Caravan. We hope to see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Maybe a Robin without rubber nipples. We'll see. Have a good night, everyone. If you know,
Robins
you know.
come without rubber nipples? What?
That or booty shorts. You get one.
All right. Are we out?
Just about.